guys, Courtney here with Courtney's Customs, and today I'm going to be doing a beginner's video. I'm going to be doing a full glitter tumbler from start to finish, and I use the Mod Podge method. There are different ways you can do it. There's the Mod Podge method, the epoxy method, the spray adhesive method. Pretty much all that means is what you choose to apply your glitter to. Like, I put Mod Podge on my tumblers and then put my glitter on. Some people epoxy their tumblers and put glitter on. Some people use like the Mod Podge or the Loctite spray adhesives and like swear by them. It's kind of like your own preference. I've done all of them and I just prefer the Mod Podge method. So I'm going to be showing you how I do just a basic glitter tumbler and everything you're going to need for it, of course. I'm going to be doing a 20 ounce. This is from Maker Flow Crafts. I will have my affiliate link in the description. And then the glitter I'm using is called Wine by the Glitter Grind, and this is absolutely gorgeous. It's even prettier in person. It's even more gorgeous when you get it on the cup and underneath of epoxy. And something I did want to mention about the Glitter Grind is they are having a sale on their website. Like, it completely slipped my mind that this is like the Black Friday, Cyber Monday weekend, so I totally forgot. And then I went to go order a few glitters that I was running out of last night, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to let you guys know. It goes on until Monday at midnight, but their entire whole site is 20% off. So you don't have to do anything, you don't have to put in codes, nothing like that. It just automatically takes 20% off of everything. So definitely go take advantage of that until Monday at midnight. I got a lot of stuff last night and got it all at a really good price, and they accept Sezzle. So if you can't pay for it all at once, you can use Sezzle at checkout, and you can pay in 4 different payments. You don't have to pay all of the payments before you get it. So that's pretty cool. So with all of that being said, let's get started. All right, so before you get started, what you want to do is take some sandpaper. I can't tell you what grit sandpaper this is. I got it from my husband's toolbox. So you're going to want to sand your tumbler, and I hate this sound. If you want to fast forward through it, I don't blame you. But you want to prep your tumbler by sanding. And you don't have to go crazy with it. Just give it a nice sand all the way around, and don't forget your bottom. And you want to do this because it kind of gives the cup a little bit of like a texture, so your Mod Podge will kind of like cling to it better. Your spray paint, it'll just be a lot better if you prep your tumbler first. And then you want to rinse it off. So what I'm going to do is run in the house, wash this off with some soap and water, and then dry it off real good and come back. So now that the tumbler is sanded, you're going to want to prep it some more by spray painting. And I always like really stress the fact that whatever color of glitter that you're going to be using, you really want to prep your tumbler with the same color of spray paint or as close as you can get. So see, this isn't like a perfect match, but it's the deepest pink that I have. And this is Gloss Mambo Pink from Krylon. It's a paint and a primer. And how I do it, you know, I don't want to just like stick my arm in there and then get paint all over me. So I have, these came from rolls of vinyl. So they're a lot more sturdier than like paper towel roll. And then I cut up some pieces of a pool noodle and slice it down the middle, slide it on there, slide it down inside of my cup, and now I have a way to hold it and not get paint all over me. And then I got these disposable gloves from Amazon. They're not like the latex gloves that you would use to epoxy. These are more of like the kind of gloves that you use to like put hair color on. And that's what I use to cover my hand that I'm going to be holding this with while I'm spray painting, because the other gloves right now are like extremely hard to find, and I don't want to waste them for spray painting cups. I just want to use them strictly for epoxy cups. So now I'm going to take this outside, spray paint the entire tumbler, and be back to show you what to do next. Okay, so before you start your next step, you want to make sure that your tumbler is completely dry. I don't know if anybody else uses Krylon. I usually use Rust-Oleum. I always have a lot of trouble with it. I don't know if like I'm not doing something right, but I mean all you gotta do is spray paint the tumbler. But I don't know. I have problems with Krylon every time I use it. But my Rust-Oleum, the pinks that I have were too bright, and I really wanted to match as close as I possibly could with this. So this is what I'm working with, but it's completely dry. And like I said, I use the Mod Podge method. So this is the Mod Podge I normally use. It's just the matte. I get mine from Walmart. You can get it from Amazon. You can even find some smaller ones at the dollar store. So you're going to need that. And I got this little brush. It is Wet n Wild brand. It was like $1 on Amazon. So this is what I use to brush on the Mod Podge, just because it's super soft and it doesn't leave like a lot of streaks. So I have a piece of wax paper here. This is just going to catch all of the excess glitter that doesn't stick to the cup and that I kind of knock off at the end. And then you can kind of scoop it all up and put it back into your container so it's not wasted. And what I like to do beforehand is just fold it, give it a good crease, so all of my glitter will kind of fall into that crease whenever I go to pick it up and fold it. It'll be a lot easier. So I've got my Mod Podge, I've got my little makeup brush, and you just want to put a good even coat over all of it. You don't want to put on like an extremely heavy coat. Like I'm going to try and stretch this over as much of the tumbler as I can. But you just want to make sure that you get a nice even coat. And don't forget the bottom, because that's something that I always seem to forget. Make sure you get around the rim really well. And if you get little chunks of your Mod Podge like that, just kind of scrape it off. So I was able to get all of that Mod Podge over the entire cup, which is great. You don't want it super thick because then it's not going to dry and your glitter is going to move, and we don't want that. So I'm just trying to make sure that I get it super even, trying to get those little chunks off there. This Mod Podge is kind of old. So, but I'm just trying to use it all before I open a new one. So now that the tumbler is completely covered, open up your shaker of glitter. Hold your cup over top of the wax paper, and you have about a 5-minute working time with Mod Podge before you're just not going to be able to use it anymore, because it dries pretty quick. So just coat the entire tumbler. You can do it super thick, really excessive like I do. You can't put too much on because it's going to fall off. What's not sticking to the Mod Podge. And whatever glitter you don't use is going to go back into the shaker anyway. And then you just want to tap whatever you're using to hold it with to kind of tap off some excess glitter. And that's just such a gorgeous color. I love it so much. But this is what we have now. I'm going to let this sit for, like I said, about 5 minutes, maybe a little longer just to be safe. And then go in with Rust-Oleum 2x clear. You want to make sure that whatever sealant you're using, whether it's Krylon or Rust-Oleum or Mod Podge or whatever, because Mod Podge does have a spray sealant, but you want to make sure it's clear. It doesn't matter if it's gloss, if it's matte, if it's semi-gloss, whatever. It does not matter as long as it's clear. So once this dries, I'm going to give it about 5 minutes. I'm going to take it outside and spray it down just like I would if I'm going to spray paint my tumbler. Coat the entire tumbler with this sealant. You don't want to put it, I would take it outside and show you guys, but it's like 8 o'clock at night and it's really dark. You don't want to put it like really, really close. You want to hold it back about, like 8 inches or so, and just give it a good, even spray and turn it as you're doing it all over the cup. Don't forget the bottom. And then you'll let that dry for about 10 minutes. Now that the sealant is completely dry, I got these little foam pieces on Amazon. This is what holds my tumblers onto the turners, and they come in sizes for 20 and 30 ounce cups. So just squeeze it down in there. I'm going to bring it over to my turner, plop it on, and now it is ready for epoxy. I'm not going to go into too much detail about epoxy. I do have a video that I'll link at the end of this one. It's my epoxy for beginners video. It shows you, you know, how to mix it, what to do, all that good stuff. So now I'm going to just mix up my epoxy and apply it to the cup. Last thing I'm going to do to this tumbler is take my heat gun. I've obviously had this for a while, but I got it from Amazon, and you're just going to hit it with some heat to kind of help the epoxy level out and to get any bubbles out of the epoxy. Alright, and really that's it. You're going to let it spin for the next 24 hours. And after that, you can either apply another coat of epoxy if you're just going to leave it like this, or if I'm going to put a decal on it, I'll decide what I'm going to do with it tomorrow. But for now, that is it for the glitter tumbler start to finish for beginners tutorial. If you guys have any questions at all, please feel free to comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks guys, bye!